I think whenever you finish a close game, you always look back on a number of things. I think probably this morning was always going to be a crucial period with the ball still reasonably new, and we saw it sort of beat the bat a few times, but they were able to weather that storm and put on a bit of a partnership between I think Marsh and Keary's partnership that we couldn't quite break in that first session, which was probably went a long way towards making our job today a lot harder.
How frustrating was that partnership, trying to break it with your captaincy?
Well, I think the start of the day went past the bat a number of times and created a few chances, but they were able to get through that, and we knew as the day went on, as the ball got older, then things were going to be tougher. But yeah, they got through that, and then I guess the way that they naturally play, they score reasonably quickly as well, which takes a bit of scoreboard pressure off them.
And what did you make of Ben Sears' performance on Daybreak?
Yeah, very impressive. Seen him in the other formats. It's been around Wellington for a while now, so it was great to see him perform at Test level, and even coming back at the end there to take those 2 and 2 and give us a sniff late in the day just shows you what he's about. He's got plenty of ticker for a young guy, and just stoked for him to play Test cricket and do well, have that immediate impact on the game as well. So I'm sure he's got a bright future.
Was there any advice you were giving him from mid-off in particular? I saw you consulting with him a few times.
Yeah, I think it's probably just been played with Ben a little bit over the last wee while, and T20 stuff, and so know him a little bit, spent a bit of time with him away from the game as well, so you just sort of, I guess that's part of the job, is understanding him and seeing what he likes and what he needs. So he was brilliant throughout the match, and like I say, gave us a sniff late in the day.
What hindsight do you maybe made a mistake not following Glenn more in that first session today?
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I think the amount of times we went past the bat in that first session, we felt that seam was the option, we created a few chances through that first session. We felt that the seam was the right move in that first session.
What did you make of Glenn's bowling today, just the way it was on the whole down the end for you? It really was Australia's problems.
Yeah, Glenn's bowling is going from strength to strength. It's still reasonably new for him, but he absolutely loves it. He puts so much work into his bowling, and I think we're seeing the rewards of the work he's putting in. He's certainly not just a part timer anymore, and he's done a tremendous job for us over the last handful of Test matches.
Dan?
Tim, you've had Australia 4 or 5 out, not many, pretty much every innings in this series. Can you talk at the end of it, I guess, of your level of satisfaction or otherwise with, I guess, planning and the way that your bowlers have attacked Australia's top 4 or 5 batters?
Yeah, I guess that's been a strength of the Australian side for so long. It's their top order, and we were able to make early inroads in every innings, which I guess is pleasing. But I guess on the back of that, you want to be able to really nail it down. And but that's what you get when you play the number 1 side in the world. They're a quality side, and they bat deep, and the way that they play, I think you look to Wellington and the partnership between Marsh and Green. Marsh took a lot of pressure off Green, and then Green was able to put his foot down after Marsh had sort of done the work once he got out. And here as well, we had obviously Mitch, Marsh and Keary's partnership, which was a big moment in the game.
Pat was saying earlier that when he's out there in the field as a captain, if there's a partnership where the numbers just keep ticking over, it makes it harder in terms of planning and fields and what have you. Did you sort of feel that with those, not just Mitch and Keary, but also Keary and Pat at the end?
Yeah, I think the way they play, they like to keep the scoreboard ticking. Obviously, Alex ran exceptionally well between the wickets as well, which is a strength of his game. So that put another sort of pressure on as well. And but yeah, I think they played nicely, summed up the conditions. Like I said, the first session this morning we knew was going to be crucial with that ball slightly harder, and we saw a little bit of movement early on, but they weathered that storm and got through.
Is this the sort of a series where the 2 teams will have a beer at the end?
Yeah, I'd imagine so. It's the end of our international summer, and it's been a while since we've played Australia. A few of the guys know each other from various tournaments around the world, so I'd imagine the doors will be open later on.
You don't know when Australia coming back to New Zealand, and the stay which you are not getting
You'd always like one. It's obviously been a tough thing to achieve for 30 years, and I guess that weight goes on. But yeah, it was, yeah. It's, I guess I said it earlier, when you get close in games, you look back on things, and yeah, I think there's still plenty of positives to take out of it, and I'm sure the guys that will be involved in the next series here, there'll be plenty of the guys in the changing room that will be involved in that. We'll get a lot out of this series.
Just going to ask to revisit, I know at the start I had some questions on this, but we'll make a decision. And whether you think that Scott Cleveland did enough to sort of justify his inclusion. And just as a side question to that, are you guys aware of the reputation that the BLACKCAPS might be in Scott Cleveland?
Well, Scott's available for selection. He's been a standout performer in domestic level. I think he's leading, well, up near the top of the domestic wicket takers. Added a very valuable 40-odd runs for us, batting to that 8 position, and that's, I guess, when you play the 4 seamers, you're looking for someone who can bat a bit. And Scott's got a handful of first-class hundreds, and we saw how valuable that 40-odd runs was. So yeah, disappointing with the ball, but yeah, I think he still chimed in with a couple of important wickets in the first test in Wellington, and 40-odd runs here. It's tough for everyone to play a role at times, but I think his runs here and a couple of wickets in Wellington were important contributions as well.
Really good catching side, but in this series, catching seemed to be the difference. Can you put your finger on why that was? Is there any reason, anything you can think of?
No, I think guys don't mean to drop catches. Everyone works hard on their fielding, and yeah, obviously that one went down early in the day, but take that, then we don't get the wicket the next ball, and who's to say he doesn't go on and have an innings like Marsh. So yeah, like I say, you look back on a number of things, but the guys work hard on their fielding. There's no, I think you're asking anyone that plays the game, there's no such thing as an easy catch. Guys are trying, but that's just part of the game. Catches go down, and I guess, yeah, we'll just keep working hard in our fielding. It's something that New Zealand sides in the past and us as a current side pride ourselves on. So yeah, it's disappointing, but no, it means to drop them.
You got quite a break, then you head to Asia. What's the planning like for that? Does the makeup of the side obviously change a little bit? How do you sort of look building towards those series?
Yeah, a bit of a break now from Test cricket. Obviously, this guys disappeared to the IPL, the T20 World Cup, and then we get back together as a Test side later in the year. We had a little stint in Asia, Bangladesh, back into last year. So, yeah, different makeup of sides. It's when you go to that part of the world, but we'll enjoy, I guess, the end of a home summer, reflect back on it, and as we always do, look to move the side forward. Yeah, it's a different, changing side to what we had. We had such a settled side for close to 10 years there, where there's 7 or 8 guys, regular names on the team sheet. So it's yeah, it's changing times as a Test side, but been very impressed with the guys that have come in. Obviously, Devon been injured, but the bowling side of things, having Will O'Rourke come in and do what he's done, obviously gutted for Kyle Jamieson to pick up another injury, but then to see Ben Sears come in and show us as well. So it's yeah, I guess you're always looking to be better, and it would have been nice to have finished the summer on a high, especially because we parked the whites for a few months now. It's always easier to park them after a win than a loss, but yeah, there's plenty of positives to take, and the beauty of a couple of those guys I mentioned, they're young guys, and I'm sure they'll be around the Test setup for a long time. Yeah, turned to Ben and sort of had the wind behind him, and was hoping that he could sort of crack it open a little bit, and to pick up 2 and 2 really sort of gave us a little bit of hope there late in the day, still needing 30 or 40 or what it was. Really, sort of the guys believed all day. I think you have to. You think back to games you've been involved in where things can change in and over, where you pick up 2 wickets. So the belief and the fight from the guys throughout the day was there. We saw that with Ben going on his debut, coming in and changing the game and giving us that glimmer of hope late in the day. But yeah, 1 more wicket in that period would have been interesting.
Last couple,
Yeah, Tim, unfortunately, a pretty familiar result and familiar feeling today. What's the mental block against Australia?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think we assess the game like we assess every other game. We prepare the same as what we do for a test match. We a lot of energy and focus goes into, and preparation goes into what we do. Yeah, I guess they're the number 1 side in the world. They're a tough side to beat, not only in Australia but when they travel as well. So I think when you play the best, you've got to be at your best for those periods, that little bit longer. And yeah, we had moments through both test matches where yeah, if we could have been a little bit better at times, then things could have been slightly different. But yeah, it was just another great test, and there's been plenty of those over the last few years.
to finish us off.
Tim, this is what captains, you're enjoying it, like you're having fun with it. Like you said, like end of an old summer, you have a long week before you go Christmas.
Yeah, I love thinking about the game. Enjoy. Yeah, it's been only been the job a short time, but yeah, there's obviously disappointed to finish I guess a test block like this. It's always easier when you finish a block on a win. And but yeah, we've got an exciting winter, a tough winter away in Asia, and then we come back here and we got a few tests against England. So plenty of test cricket this year for us, which is exciting, and we're looking forward to that challenge. But for now, we'll reflect as a group, and like I say, look to move the side forward.
Are you expecting the captain for those matches?
Well, we'll see. Obviously, you go to Asia, the makeup of the side changes slightly with obviously spin becoming the main threat in that part of the world. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. We'll deal with this tonight, and then like I say, look to move forward to what's to come later.
Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, Willie. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Thanks so much. Cheers.